Hey guys, Shane here, Flight Simmer. Welcome to another test drive video. This is part 3 of the PMDG DC-6. So as promised, we're going to show you some night lighting and some landing procedures using the AFE. Apologies for the delay between part 2 and part 3. That's because I was waiting on a patch for the DC-6, which has come through because it was actually crashing when it was taxiing after landing, so become very annoying, but all things now are fixed, and let's jump into night lighting and land this beast of a machine. So welcome aboard. We're not too far away. You can see Tasmania in the distance, so not too far away from our landing destination. But the night lighting is awesome, especially in the cockpit. You can choose between white light and a red light. So we're going to do the old red light there. So we're just going to turn it on before we go to dark mode, and we'll use just the PD3 preview time a little tool. So just turning on before we actually get too dark, or else I won't be able to see exactly what I'm doing. Have a look at that. Not sure what's happening with the altimeter on the right hand side. It's going having a bit of a dramatic time over there. We'll just turn the code pilot's light on. So hopefully that gives you a bit of the immersive feel of the DC-6 in-light cockpit at night time. Absolutely sensational. So we'll just take a quick pan around. We'll look at the lights reflecting down on the throttle quadrant. One of my favourite things is the lighting on this aircraft. But we'll quickly jump to the outside as well. Again, the quality of the lightning shines on the outside as well. Have a look at that beacon rotating. Looks awesome in the daylight as well. You can see through the windows inside the cabin and also in the cockpit. My apologies that I didn't turn the landing lights on, so as we were going too quick. We're actually filming this section, but believe me, they do look awesome as well. But we've been saying that we've got a plane to land, so let's get into it.
26 inches, please. Setting 26 inches.
Now this is where all the sheer excitement begins. The AFE is doing its thing, getting the aircraft ready for descent. I'm going to turn the altitude hold off and adjust for about 800 feet into Launceston.
Descent checklist, please. Altimeters and flight instruments cross-checked. Seatbelt signs on. On. Engine blowers low. Low. Descent checks are complete.
Aircraft is configured for descent now. I'm just adjusting the trim, struggling to get it I want about 800 feet vert speed down, but eventually got there anyway. And we'll come back to you as we come in for the in-range section, and then we'll be making a 180 turn into Launceston. Should be fun. Very picturesque. I've flown in the past. It's awesome on the eyes. So we've descended down to 5,000 feet. We're just going to tell the AFE we are in a range.
Fuel booster pumps.
We're currently doing a 180 as we've just passed the airport for a very long approach in.
On low. Fuel tank selectors. Mains on, crossfeed off. Hydraulic bypass valve. Down. No smoking signs. On. In-range checks complete.
So now we just need to complete finishing the 180 right turn, get line up, and do our before landing checklist. So I'll come back to you as a bit closer. Should be in sight of the airport at that stage.
Flaps 20. Setting flaps 20.
We're now on our approach. The AFE is going through its before landing checklist. So I'm just going to turn the autopilot off and go manual. The runway is in sight. Turn the autopilot off there.
Flaps set. Mixtures rich, please. Auto rich. Mixtures set. Gear up and down, please. Gear up and down.
That wasn't the aircraft's fault that pumped me up in the air. That was me actually rolling my arm over my SciTac trim wheel, which pretty much has now put me off the glide path. I'm going to have to fight my way down again.
Gear down and locked, 3 greens. Props. 2400 RPM. RPM set. Cow flaps. Plus 3 degrees. Cow flaps set. ADI. ADI off. ADI is off. Landing lights. Speed good, extending lights. Lights extended and on. Car beat. Car beat cold, set cold. Before landing checks complete.
All configured for landing. Some tips for me landing this aircraft would be that the AFE is actually set all your throttles and your manifold pressures and things like that, but I override them and control the throttles myself so I can do a more accurate landing. Otherwise you'll just come in too quick. The brakes on this thing aren't the best, probably because it's a relatively old aircraft, so make sure you've got enough runway space. I always land at the slowest possible speed that the aircraft can do, and to make sure that I don't have as much speed to slow down. But I'm going to leave you there. Please enjoy. You pretty much just need to trim this thing up and just mind your throttles and use your throttles to control your pitch and your glide slope, and it is a lot fun. It's like flying a big 737 but at a slow speed, so pretty cool and great views to look at. So we've been saying that, I'll leave you there and enjoy the landing. So landed a bit long, pretty much down halfway through the runway, so not the best. I was a bit concerned about those trees there, but that's okay. It was still a nice soft landing. We're going to use the whole runway to slow down, so we've got another taxiway off here, just so we've got the space, so we're going to use it all the way. Just a touch of the brakes there, you can hear the noise and the squeal. There we go, and we're going to use this taxiway here, and of course we're going to take a look at the replay, and then I'll come back to you and give you my final thoughts of the DC-6.
After landing checks complete.
Alrighty, the after landing checklist is complete. Not sure why I'm whacking on the anchors, but anyways, we'll apply some throttle and keep going. Always gives a great opportunity for a fantastic looking replay, the DC-6. So I'm going to find a spot just up the front here, and then we'll turn the aircraft off. But my honest opinion, I was a bit apprehensive at first, being an aircraft that has so much. These three-part video was to just give you an impression that don't be worried about all the steam gauges and that this aircraft has a lot to it. The AFE will ease you into it, so you could actually do the same sort of flight that I did without really reading anything, and hopefully I should have been able to show you guys that. And it is absolutely a lot of fun in a very immersive aircraft. But for me to go and do a three-part series, I think this is the fourth video in the last 6 weeks, should give you a bit of an idea how much I think this is a great aircraft, and going to be having a lot of fun, especially on air hauler too. I've been saving my cash to basically go and buy this aircraft. So we're going to apply the brakes just here. And the really cool thing is with the AFE, it will, when we put into parking, it will do absolutely everything for you. Turn everything off, open up the doors, put the air stairs down, absolutely everything. Just quickly jumping out so you guys can see the doors opening and the air stairs coming down. It's got some of the props still winding down. I have a very noisy fuel truck nearby. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you haven't checked out the part 1 and 2, I'll leave a link in the description below. You can check to see what I'm up to through my Facebook during the week, and you can, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. You can see this weekly content. Got to be mixing it up a little bit more, probably getting out of the GA space, not getting out of it, still doing those, but bringing some other aircraft into the mix and different things, just mixing up for you guys. So there's the air stairs opening up. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on another video shortly. Cheers.